Last time on Star Trek Online.
We're orbiting planet Taurus 2.
Those old scientists. Teaser for what? Benji Maddie Terryson. Alright, mission accomplished. Let's get the fuck out of here before something that happens.
Shut the doors! They're right behind us!
Well, it's easy. You point this end at the other guy.
Your head! Decorate my fridge!
When have any of your plans actually worked? It's a bit snowy. We pass a murder that just happened in the hallway of my ship and no one is doing anything about it.
My little sister's diary was harder to decrypt.
They just charged right at the Taurian's legs. That is Earth Space Dock?
I've outlined important people you should talk to while visiting Earth's space dock.
Now we have to explore Earth's space butt plug and acquire some things for our space adventure. We have to go to the ship vendor and buy our own ship with in-game currency. There is in-game currency and DLC that you can get optionally, but besides that, you can play this game entirely without putting a single dollar into it. Some of the ships are more expensive than the others, but once you reach certain levels, you get free stuff. Like for right now, we get a free shuttlecraft. Then we speak to the tailor about changing our uniforms, and there's so many options. I just went with changing all of my main bridge officers' uniforms purple. The Orville has purple uniforms. Paramount, take notes. And while we're here, we can actually customize our ship. You can change the look of the hull, the windows, everything.
Welcome to Edrin 4. I'm Bridget McKinnon, CO of the USS Zhangha. Apparently, this place is quite the geological marvel. We're not the only ones present, though. Our friends from the Gorn hegemony aren't terribly chatty, but so far they're keeping the peace.
We beam to the surface and begin our scans of the clusters of the mineral deposits.
Nice to see a report was spot on for once. Whoever gets the mineral rights to this planet will be pleased. Very pleased indeed. My readings indicate there might be dilithium on this planet.
Yeah, I know. Exciting stuff, huh?
What the? Mortar fire! We'd better head back to... Oh! The mortars have closed off the pass! We can't reach the camp! Who would do this?
Look! Over there!
It's the Gorn!
Oh great! The Gorn are attacking. What's new? And it turns out in space, one of the Gorn ships just exploded, and no one knows why. And the Gorn blame us for it. So naturally, we don't try to talk to any of them, even though they're fully capable. No, we don't do that. Instead, we just massacre them. Because yeah, that's good for diplomacy.
There might be a way out of this infernal canyon, further down the valley. We need a way out of this canyon. And I'm thinking that big rock up there is it. We can topple this rock with a makeshift bomb.
So taking some pointers from Kirk, we make a couple of those bamboo cannons and just blow the wall up.
Back in the academy, they said that in the battle of man versus nature, man loses. Take that, nature.
We make our way back to camp to save the rest of the science team, and again, there's a Gorn boss, and just like on Taurus 2 with the Taurian boss battle, we cannot dodge any of these massive boulders. They will always cut through any wall you hide behind and will hit you. We kill the rest of the Gorn, beam up back to the ship, and realize the Shanghai is under attack by the Gorn.
We picked up strange energy readings before the attack. It could be nothing. Sending it now. I'd start with the debris of the Gorn ship that was destroyed.
And after doing a deeper scan of the destroyed Gorn ship, we discover it was actually the Romulans behind the attack. And obviously the Gorn don't believe us.
We thought we could share this space equally, Federation. Your unprovoked act of aggression against our research vessel tells me otherwise. I see no Romulans, only Federation ships. Do you think me a fool, Captain?
Yes, actually, the Romulans are known for their cloaking tech.
Most convenient, Captain. But I am unconvinced. Produce these Romulans that you claim destroyed our ship, or prepare to pay for your crimes.
One charged particle burst later and the Romulans are revealed and they're not too happy about it.
Your death, while regrettable, is necessary.
Well fought, Federation. The hegemony will remember the Romulan treachery today, and your assistance in exposing it. I propose we continue our joint surveys of Edrin 4 under a mutual non-aggression pact.
And this mission is the most annoying out of all of them. We're ordered to investigate Deep Space K-13 because Starfleet hasn't heard from anyone there in a while, and it's our job to figure out what the hell is going on.
I'm not picking up any comm traffic. No signals, nothing at all, from K-13 or the other ships in system. Sensors aren't detecting enemy vessels or warp signatures. No signs of combat either. The other ships are raising shields and charging weapons.
And the other Starfleet ships are attacking us. Okay, what the fuck. But we just easily disabled them after sending volleys and volleys of torpedoes at them.
Those were the Starfleet ships assigned to patrol this sector. I don't think that was a war game or training sim. Their weapons were at full power.
Stay away! They're taking control! Don't come near us! They'll take you too! Ah! This station came from the station! Ah!
Okay, bye! No, just kidding. Starfleet makes us investigate the situation further, so after beaming into the station, we discover that no one's at their posts and the station is completely quiet. But there is a life sign in sickbay, so that's good. That being a Vulcan medical officer named Temet.
Vulcan as a motherfucker.
And it turns out the station and the ships around it have been taken over by the neural parasites from the episode of Operation Annihilate.
According to Starfleet data files, the parasites can be safely destroyed by exposure to high-intensity ultraviolet light.
We use comms to see if there's anybody else on the ship, and Scotty picks up from engineering, who is uninfected. That's good.
Well, in case you haven't noticed, the station's been overrun by neural parasites. I'm in the auxiliary control room, down on the engineering deck. The place is filthy with parasites, so you'll understand if I don't go out for a wee jaunt.
So of course we have to make our way down there by foot, even though we have transporters that are functioning.
These crew members, they're all infected by the parasites.
So we have to fight our way through infected officers along the way, and...
Fascinating. I'm detecting an unusually high level of tachyons nearby. Based on these readings, it is possible that a temporal event has occurred on the station within the last 4.2 hours.
Oh! That's great! We finally get to Scotty in engineering, but we have to fix the lighting controls because it was sabotaged by the infected officers. And to avoid the parasites, you have to stay in the light because they like the dark. And this was one of the most annoying parts for me. These little pancakes are everywhere, and you will get attacked by these little shits every chance they get. Oh, and they will also attack your companions, so when you are trying to actively clear them out, Hunter just gets right in front of you and blocks your way, getting attacked, making you miss, and the little shits just don't die. After it feels like an hour, we finally repair the relays, and we make it down to engineering to discover that someone has overwritten the codes.
Look! Who are those soldiers? They're definitely not Starfleet.
Oh no, it's just the Nakul. You know, the Nakul from the Temporal Cold War. But before having to deal with that situation, we activate the UV lights and the parasites all die on the ship. And on the other ships as well.
The parasites, they're dying. All of them!
Salvage what you can and send a squad to kill the Federation vermin.
Ensign Hunter? No. That's actually Daniels. The time agent from Enterprise and more recently Discovery.
The name's Daniels. This may be a little difficult to absorb, but recent events may make it more plausible. I'm actually from the future. I can't tell you how far. Just that it's a future worth protecting. Time's a factor. We need to stop the Nakul from obtaining the neural parasites.
Scott here. The portal's collapsing. We're in for a right bumpy ride. Everyone's aboard. Get us clear before that portal blows.
Unfortunately for K-13, it gets sucked right into the time portal thing.
Did I time travel? Okay, so is Ahura here? This is amazing.
There was still people on the station even after the evacuation, and Scotty's all like, nah, fuck them.
After all, it was a temporal vortex. They may well survive in another time.
For now, I can tell you that history is unfolding as it should, and that was not the end of K-13. In the meantime, don't talk to anyone about the Nakul or their time travel. We can't risk any further corruption of the timeline. All right, I appreciate your patience. I'm what's known as a temporal agent. It's my job to preserve the timeline. You helped me stop one temporal incursion at K-13. There's been another at Babel, and I could use your help with it. Welcome to the Temporal Ready Room. I use it to monitor the timeline.
Okay, they really put Enterprise in my TOS era, huh?
The Nakul have sent agents to a critical point in time. We believe they disrupted the Babel conference in 2268 aboard the USS Enterprise.
It was a Federation conference meant to finalize the admittance of Corridon into the Federation, made up of 114 delegates and 32 ambassadors.
How do you vote on the Corridon admission?
You'll be sent back to a point shortly before the conference begins. I'm sending one of our best temporal agents along. I believe you've met.
Chekhov? What the fuck are you doing here? It turns out, Chekhov has been a temporal agent this whole time. You see Chekhov in Generations? Yeah, he's a temporal agent here.
Nice to see you again. It's been some time. For me, at least.
Once you're on Enterprise, deal with the Nakul and make sure the conference proceeds as planned.
Do the job right, and no one will know we were there.
Then we transport through time to the Enterprise in 2268 during the Babel conference.
Let's begin by using Enterprise's sensors to look for signs of our time-traveling friends.
And sneakily making our way up to the bridge, we have to calibrate the sensors to scan for Nakul life signs. And we do that by beep-booping a couple of buttons. When we make it up to the bridge, I immediately think of the musical episode and what went on in here. We get off the turbo lift and find a man with the weirdest hair I've ever seen on anybody, and now going around scanning every delegate by hand, and one tries to slip away out the door.
Is there something I can help you with?
The Nakul are somewhere on the ship, but we still can't pinpoint exactly where, so we have to scan the entire deck. Scanning around, scanning around, scanning around, nothing. Nothing. Oh, okay. Well, that's something. We discover a Nakul agent hunch over Ambassador Gav's dead body, where he's eventually found in the original episode.
How do you vote on the Corridon admission?
Oh, so that's how it happened.
Memory serves, Captain Kirk was attacked next.
Now we have to take the turbo lift up to Deck 5 to save Kirk's perfect ass now. This is the only time we ever see him during this storyline, by the way. Lying on the floor.
Someone set a bomb in here. I cannot defuse it and keep the mains online at the same time. Chekhov, is that you? You look older than me, laddie. And you, the last time I saw you was on Rosanna Station. Something was dodgy then, and it's more than a wee bit dodgy now.
We've been sent back in time to keep the Enterprise from being destroyed. Aliens are trying to alter the future of the Federation.
All right, lad. You can start by helping me keep this ship from blowing to pieces, and get rid of that bloody bomb, if you can.
So we have to follow Scotty's orders, going back and forth from console to console, bringing power to weapons, shields, and checking on the bomb from time to time.
The captain's ordering me to cut the power? I see what he's about.
Disarm this bomb, but we need to get to that Orion ship anyway. We can take it with us.
Why not just beam it into space?
We can't let that ship be captured. It has dangerous technology on it. Scotty, I need you to trust me. That ship needs to be destroyed. You can't tell anyone what happened here. It could damage the timeline irreparably. Besides, I'm captain now, so I technically outrank you.
All right, lad. I'll take you at your word. Once you're ready, I'll send you and that bomb over. Good luck to you. Energizing. Now, what's this?
We have to beam over, override their systems, and Chekhov installs the bomb to their main controls, destroying the ship and preventing the end of the Enterprise and hundreds of notable figures in history. Good job, team. Fixing the timeline is the ultimate license to kill, honestly.
Things are heating up with the Tholians.
And according to Daniels, Starfleet shouldn't have any problems with the Tholians at this time. So setting course back 2 years ago, we arrive in 2268 where the Tholians are battling none other than the Nakul.
We've arrived in 2268 and not a moment too soon.
Good to see you. We're in a real tight spot here. The Tholians were taking a serious beating when we reached the system, and the other ships opened fire on us the minute we dropped out of warp. Mind lending us a hand until we figure out what's going on?
This was a Tholian colony fleet.
And since Tholians are a xenophobic race, they think the Federation is part of this problem, so we have to board their ship by force to convince them otherwise. We assist the USS Defiant and go to town on these Nakul bastards.
Estimated Tholian casualties are in the thousands. Vengeance for the children. If the Tholians go to war with the Federation now, it would be devastating on a galactic scale.
Sensors show the interior of the Tholian ship is too hot for us. You will need to put on an EV suit before going there.
Now, beaming over to the Tholian ship, we have to clear out the Nakul boarding party and save the rest of the Tholians. But unfortunately, we're too late, and the Tholians are all killed besides the Queen.
Humanoid command unit, why did you kill your kind? This is irrational. Explain. Federation, Nakul, all humanoids are the same. Chaotic, irrational, peaceful, then not. Warring, then you leave. Those you call Nakul kill our people, our children, all are dead. Our sisters must know. Leave now, Federation. Leave us to our final task. Continue to fight Nakul. Keep them from us while we contact our sisters. If you speak truly, you will not betray us.
So we agree to help the Queen by giving her enough time to power up her ship so she can ram the Nakul dreadnought.
Federation, you have proven you are different. Rational. This pleases us. We have sent word to our sisters. The Nakul will pay. The Federation will not. Now, vengeance for the slaughter of a generation. Vengeance for our children.
Our engines are still down! We can't escape!
I can't tell if there are life signs over there or not. Defiant appears to be phasing in and out of local space-time. We might be able to get a lock onto their crew with the computer's assistance and perform an emergency beam-out, but we'll need to act fast.
No. I'm afraid that this is their fate. This is one of the hardest things about being a temporal agent. We can only make the changes we have to make, not the ones we want to make. Captain Archer had similar concerns when I worked with him. We often disagreed, but in the end, we were able to work past our differences and do the right thing. I hope you and I can do the same.
We have a situation in the Caleb system. The Klingons are massing a battle fleet in that sector, and it's pointed at Federation space. I'm leading a force to respond to this aggression.
Okay, alright guys, have fun with that. I'm just gonna go.
And I want you to be a part of it.
Oh.
If they cross the line, we need to be ready for anything.
And with this battle being a pivotal part of Federation history, the Nakul may try to disrupt this situation somehow, so we have to go in and investigate for any signs of temporal flux. Because I know what that's supposed to look like!
We have the Klingons outnumbered at this time. Should they abandon reason and follow a standard attack doctrine, fire to disable their ships if possible.
The Klingons start attacking our subspace relays, so naturally, we have to blow them up too.
ships? Decloaking?
Well, fuck.
All ships, this is Garrett. Execute battle plan Sigma 4. Repeat, execute... Concentrate fire on the cruisers. We need to protect them.
And this is the first time the Klingons have ever used cloaking tech. And we attempt to escape, but it's no use because we're caught in Captain Kor's tractor beam. But thankfully for us, the Nakul are already on Kor's ship, so that gives us a license to kill everybody on board.
The mighty Federation has been brought to heel at last by the Klingon Empire. Those who remain shall know mercy in return for your unconditional surrender. We Klingons can be gracious in victory, though should you wish to die in battle with honor, I will gladly oblige you.
We transport over through the shield with Daniel's future technology and start massacring these Klingons. Finally making it to the meeting room, we find Kor talking to the humanoid figure, who was a major player in the Temporal Cold War. Yes, that's his name. Blame Memory Alpha for that, not me.
You need to finish them now! All of them! You don't understand how dangerous they are!
I don't need to do anything. Do not forget who is captain here and who is merely a visitor.
I've given you the means to victory. I suggest you use them. Now.
Noted. Though it seems we have other concerns now.
I warned you, Kor. Deal with this. Don't fail me.
Well, well. I was hoping for Kirk, but I got you. Pity.
Honestly, who wouldn't the Klingons team up with? They even teamed up with the apes in the Planet of the Apes crossover. And these boss battles really aren't anything special. Like right now, Kor is the boss battle and he's not too overly powered. He's just the same as any old regular Klingon enemy, but just has way more health. So Kor goes down really easily and we beam back to the ship and set off the charges. And when the objective is give him hell and Godspeed, it's not gonna work out for us.
You're dead. Your ship was destroyed in combat while protecting the retreat of Admiral Garrett's forces. Your sacrifice allowed Garrett to warn Starfleet about Klingon cloaking tech. But your ship was lost with all hands. At least, that's what's in the history books. I've brought you and the crew members I could save to the early 25th century. You're being recruited as a temporal agent. Since you're dead, we're giving you a new identity. We have a speed training and reacclimation process that will help you to fit in. I know this is a bit unusual, but you'll get used to it.
Now in the main time for Star Trek Online, we are finally finished with the TOS era.
Welcome, nerds! Space Dock! Busy day on the holodeck, sir? I love dressing up for those historical holo novels, too.
And we were rewarded a new bridge officer with this face and a brand new starship. So since Benji was thrust into the 21st century, he has to kind of get used to his surroundings for a little bit first. And this is where we press pause on Benji's story because someone else just arrived from the 23rd century.
long and prosper. Live long and prosper.